Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here at Plan with Elise, and today we are testing pens. When I was at Go Wild, the planner conference, I chose to sit at the zebra pen table. So at Go Wild, you have a choice of tables somewhat. It's first come, first serve. And I chose to sit at this zebra table. Number one, because I love zebra products. Number two, pens won't go to waste. Number three, I just didn't need any more planners or sticker books. So I felt that zebra was going to be a great choice. And then I guess number four, the zebra pen was right up front. And because I was on the social media team at Go Wild, I needed to sit somewhere that I had a really good angle to take content. So I figured I have some of these already, some I don't. So I figured we are going to do a pen test and kind of just look at how these write, look at the different colors, everything like that. So I grabbed a Happy Planner. This is Happy Plans and Notes. I wanted to use Happy Planner because while I do love my Happy Planner, I think that it's probably thinner the paper itself is thinner compared to some other planners that we've seen. So I figured that testing on Happy Planner made the most sense for the majority of my content. So we've got a lot here. The first up is the mild liner. I'm going to link everything I can in the description of the video. There is one product that is not released yet, and we will get to that. So that's the one thing that I won't be able to link. So first up, we have these mild liners. To me, this looks like a new colorway of mild liners. However, I can kind of test this because I happen to have some right here. Yeah, this is a lighter purple than the purple I have. I definitely have never seen these colors in my own stash. I don't know for sure that those don't exist, but this is definitely darker. So to me, these are new. So this is the 5-count gentle color palette. So we're going to test these out. And this is more for swatching. Oh, this is pretty. Most of my colors that are like these tend to be really fluorescent. So this is definitely more of like a swatch. Can you see this? Yeah, I guess you can see it. A swatching than it is a pen test, although we can, of course, look at the back of the page. So that is definitely a pale yellow. It's probably pretty hard to see on camera, but it's less fluorescent and more just like it says, that gentle color palette, which is nice. Because while I don't use these highlighters to write with in my planners, I do use them a lot for like boxes and stencils and highlighting and like underlining, things like that. So having a nice soft color palette is really good. There we go. Okay, so what I'm really excited about this one is, like I said, a lot of these tend to be more fluorescent. Like, I think I may be wrong here. Yes, this one is. Look at that pink. And when you look at this, you don't think that that's fluorescent. So that's why these pen tests tend to be helpful. So this is the gentle color palette, and we're going to grab one of the other pens I got, the Sasa R, and maybe just go like this. Gentle colors. And I feel like I don't even need to test the Sasa R because this is just one of my favorite pens. Okay, now we have the ZGrip. These are ballpoint 1 milliliter. So millimeter, not milliliter, 1 millimeter. This is a low viscosity ink, 1 millimeter medium point, but smoother ink and brighter colors. So with a lot of zebra pens, it's themselves, they're going to have that little like nub on the end that you need to take off, which prevents it from drying out. I do believe that these are supposed to be good on black paper. I don't know that I have any black paper to test on. I might have to double check, but let's test these. So we have the, oops, never mind. These are just black pens. ZGrip. I didn't know that. So these are ballpoint pens. They're all just going to be the same, so I don't know that I'm going to test them all. Ballpoint pens don't tend to be my absolute favorite pen to use. I like an ink pen. There we go. But I mean, as far as pens go, this, there's not really much skipping, is a ball point. It's actually quite smooth. And of course, because it's ballpoint, there's going to be no smudge. So these may have converted me, but this has ZGrip, so I don't need to write it. So we're going to put that one down. Okay, now we have the Doodlers. So the Doodlers I did receive when I was at Go Wild in 2023. It says great for note taking and doodling, 10 glitter colors. These are standard ink pens, 1 millimeter, vibrant dye ink, glitter, neon, and pastel are great on dark papers. So what I remember with these last year is that I had a hard time getting them to open, as I just did again. And we're going to see how they go. So we have Doodlers. Oh, you know what? These are writing much more smoothly than they did last time. And this one's actually opening nicely too. Once I go through all the colors, I will bring it up a little bit closer to show you the glitter. I don't know if I'm necessarily a glitter pen writer, but I can really see the shine on these. And these would also make a really great gift for like my niece. I feel like, there we go. Okay, let's save a little bit of space here and come over. These are pretty. I feel like we should name the colors. Maybe we'll name another set, not these. But I feel like for someone that's looking for a little pizzazz, maybe if you are a card maker, these could be a good option. And then we have the gold, for the lighter gold, I guess. This is more of like a yellow gold versus the bronze. Doodlers. I feel like these pens are hard to get the cap back on. So that would just be something, oops, come on. This one's not wanting to, okay, there we go. It just took a little bit. And that's the silver. I don't remember what I was saying. I was in the middle of a sentence when that one started not working. Okay, so maybe just like a little bit of extra kind of squiggling before to really get these to go. But let's see if you can kind of see the glitter there. There we go. I can definitely see it through the camera on the silver, but I think you should be able to see it on the others. So these are cool pens. Okay, let's put the Doodlers away and continue. Next up, we have 2 packs of click art pens. So click arts are some of my favorite zebra pens. They're kind of more like markers. Oh yeah, they do say marker pen. I actually really like these for coloring books, you know, like adult coloring books. That's what I think that these for me work best for, because they're definitely a little bit thick in my planner. So this is the Click Art light color palette. Oh, this is pretty. I don't know that I have this color set. So they are, I'd say, oh, this is a 0.6 millimeter. I don't know why I thought, oops, this would be higher. But I actually am liking these. These might be nice as like an accent color in my planner. Okay, so we're gonna name these. So this one we're gonna call Cerulean. This one we're gonna call Sky. These might not be creative names. This one, oh, should we be writing the names down as I'm doing this? Let's call this one Lime. And light teal. This one, I feel like I need to test first before I name it. Okay, I was gonna call this Mustard, but I wasn't sure if it was really gonna be a mustard color. So we're gonna call that Mustard. Let's call this one Sand. That's a good name for it. Now I'm gonna switch over here to save space. I was gonna call this salmon, but I don't think it's salmon. So I think we're gonna call this bubblegum. I feel like maybe Mary Ellen did this when she did a zebra test after last year's Go Wild. I feel like I'm taking this idea from her. Not intentional. We probably have different names. This one may be more of a salmon. And then this one, what are we going to name this one? Maybe Rose. That's a good name. I haven't even had my coffee yet, and I'm putting this creativity on me. This one we're going to call Fuchsia. It took me years to remember that the S in Fuchsia comes before the CH. This we can call Purple. I know that's not very exciting, but this is just a good purple. And then this one we'll call, I guess, Tan. Okay, so those are the Zebra smudge proof, never dries out, 0.6 millimeter. I should have tested the smudge proof part as I was putting these in, as I was writing with them and not putting them down. Okay. I mean, I'm not putting these in where they're supposed to go because as you can see, they have them here, but that's okay. All right, now we have the dark color palette. So we're going to do the dark color palette, and then we're going to turn the page and see what all this looks like on the other side. So, of course, this is the dark color palette. These are likely going to bleed through the page. So we have navy. Let's call this one denim. I can barely see the difference between navy and denim. There is a slight difference, but I can barely see it. What do I want to name this? I think we're just going to go with blue here. This would probably be better named as denim. So like navy and off navy, maybe. Teal. That's a pretty color. This one. I don't know what to name this one. I feel like I need some more of the color before I can decide. I think I want to name this Ocean. I know it's not really like a blue, but something about it reminds me of the ocean. And then this one we're going to call Blue Green. It's kind of a combination of, I guess, teal and navy. This one's just going to be green. This is a dark green. Definitely, obviously different from the lime. Oh, this one we did. This looks to maybe be a dark mustard. Most of these are really on par with what this this color is, this kind of tip part. Let's call this tangerine. Yes, this is definitely a tangerine style color. This one is burgundy. They all write really nicely, but I am familiar with this type of click art marker pen. Just using the back here. I don't know. We're going to call this one Fun Purple. Exclamation point, because it needs an exclamation point at the end. And then this one we are going to do dark brown. Okay, so those are the dark color palette. Let's flip the page over and see what we got. Pretty much only the click arts have bled through, which is why I don't tend to use them in my planner much, but not even all the colors. Like over here, I can't really see, but nothing up top bled through. So that's good. Okay, what is this? This is a Zebra Sensations brush pen. This is a black fine point brush pen. I will say I am not great at using brush pens, so you're gonna want to look at the way I test this with a little bit of that in mind, but it does look like it has a hard tip. A hard tip is really good for beginners like me because it's easier to do the because upstrokes are supposed to be light and downstrokes are supposed to be thick. When you have, I wonder if I have an example here of a brush pen that has a soft tip. I actually do right here with the Zebra. This is a brush pen that has more of a soft tip, and it's harder to do. Well, this is a new one, but it's harder to do the different up and down strokes. So you can try this. I have a hard time connecting them. I really do that right. Let's try it with my name. Because that's something I'm used to writing. I didn't do that right. Like I said, I'm not a brush letterer. Okay, you know, it takes practice, but this is a cool pen. Let's see the bleed. There's really none, which is awesome. Now, while I'm looking at random pens, on Friday night at Go Wild, there was a crop, which was a workshop led by Mark of Mark for Pages, but it was sponsored by Zebra, so everyone got a bag of, I think, random. I don't think everyone got the exact same pens, but we have the Sasa clip here. I love a Sasa clip. This is also a Sasa clip. Sometimes these things are a little hard to take off, depending on if you have nails or not. I feel like nails will probably help. And then we have another one. I know that these things are on here so that they don't dry out, but it'll make a little bit of a mess. Oh, what's this? I was like, that didn't work. This is a ZGrip. This is a pencil. I don't use pencils a ton, but it's funny because there have been some times recently where I've looked for a pencil and can't find one anywhere, so now I do. We have the Sasa Mark-On, which is definitely a favorite for many. Let's test that. We got a little bit of smudge right there at the end. And then we have some mild liners. So these are just regular mild liners. I'm sure I already have these, but they were just kind of some like extras. The great thing about me getting a new green one is that my green brush pen, which I use these for mostly my savings challenges, but my green one has seen better days. And so I'm glad to have a new version. And then we have these. And these. So those are the other Zebra pens. Now we have the Sasa Dry. The Sasa Dry is one of my favorite Zebra products because it's colored gel pens. These are 0.7 and they are fast drying. So we are going to break a nail during this video today. Let's do this. Sasa Dry. Sasa Dry used to be the pen I would use. We have a tiny bit of smudge at the end. Every single day. What I found was happening. Oh my goodness. Okay. What I found was happening was that, oh, this is pretty. These worked perfectly in my planner, but they didn't work perfectly in my journal. I don't know what it is about the pages in my journal, and I'm using a Happy Planner dot grid bullet journal. Something about them was skipping. And no matter what Sasa Dries I tried, that was the problem I was having. So what I've been using lately in my journal is the Sasa R. It's pretty. And I've actually been using the Sasa R for most of my planning lately too, because I don't really want to switch a pen between my planner and my journal. Like, oh, what pen do I need? Well, it depends on what I'm writing. This is pretty. And like I said, these are 0.7 millimeter. So if you like writing with color, I think these would also work nicely if you wanted to use them for like a coloring book or practicing your hand lettering, even if it's not with a brush pen. These would be good. And then we have red. I could have named these, but I wasn't thinking of it. And then after this pack, we just have one more. Sasa Dry 0.7. Oh no, we have two more because we have the special product. So we have this light blue. My hand is starting to hurt. I feel like today is Sunday morning. I haven't really written much all weekend. I've been gone most of the weekend. So I haven't written in my planners. When I'm gone for the weekend, whether I'm away or like at my boyfriend's or something, I don't usually bring my planners because there's nothing to plan. Sometimes I'll bring my journal, but typically I'll just back journal. Like when I went to Go Wild, I just back journaled when I came home and I didn't bring it with me because I have a pretty good memory of remembering like what happened each day and not necessarily needing my journal. Plus, by the time each day of Go Wild ended, oh, this is pretty. This is like kind of a denim, navy grayish. I don't know why I wrote denim instead of dry. By the time each day of Go Wild ended, there was no chance that I had the energy to be able to journal at all. You know, a couple margaritas, but also just so much tiredness. And sometimes I like to journal a little bit more after the fact because I feel like we're pretty good here. There's barely any ghosting or anything. I feel like I need a day or so to kind of absorb and decide how I feel about things before I journal about them. Okay, we're going to go for the cool product now, and then we're going to go to the final thing. So those who were at the crop event, which was Friday night, got this really cool, never before seen package of ZGrip. Well, actually, this packaging I think is available on Amazon, but different product. This is a brand new Zebra product called a mild liner mix. Again, this is not available yet at the time of filming this video. I don't know when it will be available. And these are, they take a little bit of getting used to, but you push it down to activate. So if you can see here, there's two different barrels and they combine for a color. So when you write with them, this one is actually mixing, which they said was going to happen over time. So I think that in order to reactivate it, you just kind of press it down. I can't quite get this to work the way it's supposed to. Let's see. This one is also activated. So this is probably also, you can kind of see there's two different colors here. I'm trying to find one that I haven't activated yet. Okay, here's one that I haven't activated. So this is going to be red and yellow. So you're just going to hold it down. You don't need to pump it the way you would like a paint marker, like an acrylograph. This one you just kind of hold down. I wonder if it says, prior to use, press tip on paper for 30 seconds to engage ink. So there you go. They did tell us a way, I just don't remember, that if the colors start to merge, what you can do. I just don't remember what it was. I'll have to ask a friend who was there. Almost there. Okay, so we're just gonna do it this way so that you can kind of see. Look at that. That's really vibrant. It's the writing in it that's taking a little bit of getting used to for me because this is kind of a thicker barrel, but that's really cool. All right, these two are different. So this one probably also, yeah, kind of merged in the last week, a little bit more than a week. So I'm going to press down again and try to get the ink re-engaged. A little bit more. It's getting there. So with these, I'd say that you need a little bit of patience. Then we have the dark pink and light pink. So this is one, I feel like we need to switch the page. And obviously where I'm pressing down, you can see these bleeding through, but that's just because the ink is like saturating the page. You know what? While we're doing that, we're going to just do 2 of these at a time, because if we're sitting here waiting for 30 seconds, we are going to be doing both. But this one looks like it's coming. So again, you don't need to pump it. You just need to press down and let the ink come. So this one in my right hand is coming down. Both of them are. So this one is purple and, whoops, pink. This one is, what colors are these? This one is purple and orange. So for the purple and orange, there you go. Look at that. You can really see it that way. They remind me of, I don't remember the name of this, but someone might. Do you remember, like, back in the day, there were these infomercials about like rainbow pens, that it would show the whole rainbow when you were using them? That's what it reminds me of. I can like visualize the commercial. I just can't remember what it was. So these are really cool. I think that they're a fun, like, special product, and it was awesome to be able to be the first to see them at Go Wild. So we have one final product here, and these are Zebra Sensations colored pencils. Colored pencils aren't, I don't think there's something I necessarily see myself using in my regular planning, but they're definitely something I can see myself using. Oh, these are cool. These are thicker than I thought, 0.7. These are something I can see myself using for coloring books, or I don't know, we're going to see. So I feel like I have to name these. Well, if you can see them, they're colored pencils. So there's no ink. It's just what, graphite? The tip is interesting. It's like a circular tip instead of, I keep pressing this to, oh, they have color names. Wait, they don't have color names. They have color numbers. Colored pencils, never need sharpening, 2mm point, 24 colors. For complete color listing, visit zebrapen.com. And it's an easel back packaging, so this should allow you to stand it up. So we have beige. Pull these out. Pale, pink. Let's see how these go with like actually coloring. Sorry if my desk is shaking as I'm doing this. So obviously you get a little bit more of the saturation when you do it that way. So I think instead of writing the names, we're just gonna like do some coloring, because I feel like that gives it a better visual. And of course, these are not gonna bleed through your planner. I just don't know that they're the best writing tool for planning. But they're really pretty. I like these. I'm trying to think of, aside from a coloring book, like when would be the good time to use it? What the best methodology or implementation would be. I don't know why I can't get my words straight today. These are pretty. I don't know if we need to test all of these, because again, they're colored pencils. I feel like they're taking longer, but you know what? It's the last part of the video, so we are going to just continue. I keep pressing it again after I finished. By the way, you pull this out to refill. I keep pressing it again after I finish, like I would a pen, but that's not how these work. And this comes in 24 assorted colors. This is a pretty blue. This is one of these Sunday mornings that I could not sleep. It's like 7:30 right now. I should not be awake at 7:30 on a Sunday morning, but it's going to be a good day. I have both my niece and nephew's soccer games back to back today, and it's going to be like 75 degrees and hopefully sunny. And I have dinner for a friend's birthday later, so just a nice little spring Sunday. Okay, a few more. Thank you for bearing with me. I did hear someone say, I didn't actually look at the Zebra products that were for sale. They did have a pop-up shop at Go Wild. I did go over there to talk to the Zebra team, but didn't have a chance to look at what was for sale. But I heard that they didn't have what was on the tables. So like these products you couldn't buy at Go Wild because they were gifting them, not to all the attendees because not all the tables were Zebra, although I think they had a decent amount of tables. This one's white, so we're not going to test that because that'll just be good on black paper, I assume. But they had different things. So like if you wanted to sit at a Zebra table, you didn't have to worry about purchasing something that was, or you didn't have to worry about purchasing something and then it being on your table the next day. And then we have the black. So obviously there's going to be zero bleed on these. These are colored pencils. There's no ink. And that is the Zebra pen test. The Sasa Dries are definitely a win. The Sasa Mark-On is a win. The Doodlers I think are really cute. I like the ZGrip, even though it's a ballpoint pen. I like the Click Arts, but I think this is a pretty good haul in terms of Go Wild swag. Like I said, I intentionally sat at the Zebra table and I'm really glad I did. I got different products than I got last year, which was also really nice that they like considered what they gave us last year. But Zebra is the official pen sponsor of Go Wild and it was wonderful to have them. Also, fun fact, they are a New Jersey company. So you know me as a Jersey girl, I'm always excited to support a New Jersey company. So, well, the USA version or the USA branch, I guess, is Jersey. So I think that's a wrap. I will link everything that I can in the description. Again, the mixes are not yet available at the time of filming this. But if that changes, I will update you. So thank you so much for watching and spending time with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you next time.